good evening from Istanbul, where I am enjoying Turkish Airlines' free stopover city tour program. Hello from Istanbul and greetings from the Blue Mosque. After a few hours in the city, thanks to Turkish Airlines, we are on our way back to Istanbul's new airport, which is about 45 minutes outside of the city. It's my first time at Istanbul's new airport, and it is massive. This is the beautiful and also quite large Turkish Airlines business class check-in row, which feels more like a lounge than a check-in row. I reckon I would call it a check-in lounge. Through the priority security in a breeze, and I'm already in the fast departure hall. I'm still amazed by the sheer size of this airport. Despite the stopover city trip, I still have a few hours before my flight to Hong Kong on board Turkish Airlines in their business class. So I have plenty of time to check out the Turkish Airlines lounge. It's a fairly beautiful and spacious lounge in a market-style setup. However, during my time here, many food stalls were closed, probably due to lack of guests. I have also heard the opposite, that this lounge can be pretty packed at some times. And this is the view from the lounge. Fairly impressive, isn't it? Let's quickly check which aircraft is going to fly me to Hong Kong tonight. I see it's going to be this Boeing 777-300ER, registered Tango Charlie, Lima Juliet Alpha. This is important information for my flight log. Since my gate is about 20 minutes walk away from the lounge, according to the departure board, I better get going now. Thanks to business class priority boarding, I was one of the first ones on my way to the aircraft. Thank you. I was welcomed very friendly by the lady flight attendant, but met ice-cold ignorance from the male cabin crew member. Not sure what I did wrong here. I thought I greeted friendly, since I'm looking forward to this business class experience. Welcome to Turkish Airlines Boeing 777 business class, which is laid out in a 2-3-2 configuration. Not exactly a game-changer layout, but at least the window and aisle seats provided a quite spacious feel with an incredible legroom. On my seat I found this pillow. And look, that's what I mean with incredible legroom. I can barely reach the ottoman, and I'm almost 2 meters tall. Boarding is still ongoing, so let's go through as many features of this business class as possible, while the lights are still on. This is the entertainment system remote control, surely needed as the screen is far out of reach. In here I find a blanket. And this bag contains slippers, while I can keep my own shoes in the bag during the flight. I like this. While being unbuckled, I can reach to the magazine holder to grab the safety card. The seats also offer this rather minimalistic sliding privacy wall. On top of me, a set of reading lights, but no air fans. A choice of welcome drinks was offered, and I went for this lemon mint drink, I think it was. A bit too sweet for my taste, but still tasty. Have you ever seen such a seat control panel, even with memory function? It somewhat remembered me of my calculator that I used back in the 1990s. A number of electrical outlets I find on both sides under my right armrest. Turkish Airlines is known for their dining experience and having an own chef on board. Additionally, Dine on Demand is offered too. Feel free to pause and read the extensive food and beverage offering. I have received headphones, Denon branded. I will check them out later in the flight. The chef is making his round through the sparsely populated business class cabin to take the orders. It's time to buckle up, as we are about to leave for our 10-hour journey to Hong Kong. The cabin attendant just passed by and handed out an amenity kit. Let's have a look at it a bit later. What an impressive departure this was, with all the lights of Istanbul, but now it's time to get comfortable. I have received this bottle of water and a hot hand towel. Dinner is near. But before, a quick visit to the business class bathroom. It's not a huge bathroom, as they rarely are on most aircraft, but Turkish Airlines isn't saving on amenities, as you can see. And it is all clean and tidy. But of course, we were only a few minutes into our flight. I returned to my seat where the seat topper was already applied for the night. I'm still waiting for the dinner to be served, so let's spend the time looking at the amenity kit. It comes with a pair of socks, eye mask, earplugs, toothbrush and paste, Ferragamo body lotion and lip balm, and a facial mist. All in all, a decent amenity kit, I would say. It seems 1 GB of free data usage is offered as well. There's an extensive selection of movies available, including some latest Hollywood busters that are barely in the cinemas yet in my home country. Otherwise, Turkish Airlines offers this classic IFE selection of TV shows, music, kids TV, live TV, games, and my favorite, the flight map. Finally, I received some nuts and a way too generous amount of whiskey of my choice. In that case, better let's have a look at the headphones now than later. Unfortunately, they didn't work. But I was able to get a new set later. Appetizer is served together with this table lamp, which is a first time for me on an aircraft. Pretty nice, cozy. My appetizer was composed of this prawn and octopus salad with a Turkish sour meatball soup. Next came my personal highlight of this dinner serving, the tagliolini pasta with burrata. Truly delicious. I finished my dinner with this pear strudel with vanilla sauce. In my opinion, Turkish Airlines didn't promise too much, and the catering was indeed an experience to talk about at home. If only the crew was friendlier. Throughout the flight, I was met with minimalistic engagement and friendliness, and the attendant call button was ignored entirely, twice. Anyway, it's time to sleep, as we still have about 7 hours to go. Night night, see you in the next day. I slept a solid 5 hours, which is a lot for me since I'm quite a light sleeper. So I have about a movie length before landing in Hong Kong, and my replacement headphones work well. Breakfast is approaching. What I didn't show earlier is that the table can be moved aside like this, so I can leave the seat even when the table is set. Breakfast was a bit more simple than the opulent dinner feast, which was fine for me and my little hunger, as long as I got coffee and my beloved croissant. Poached eggs came second, but only because the chef insisted, as I wasn't hungry anymore. However, they were poached to perfect consistency, so I'm happy he insisted. Unfortunately, the flight is already about to end, and I had to get ready for the arrival. Even though barely reachable from my seat, this ottoman is very practical for maintaining an orderly environment. I noticed, just before landing, that Turkish Airlines has their own branded seatbelts. A quick summary about my flight and my personal impression. First, the hard product. Despite the outdated, I would call it, business class in a 2-3-2 configuration, I felt comfortable in the seat, but also in the cabin. Probably also due to the fact that it was nearly empty. Otherwise, I would consider old but gold a good description for this Turkish Airlines 777 business class. And the soft product? Well, the crew kept the friendliness to a mandatory minimum, but also varied greatly by the person. My 2 attempts using the call button to get new headphones and later to get a tea were completely ignored, even when the attendant walked past my call light. Both times I actually had to get up and see somebody in the galley. Overall, it seems to me another case where local language matters. I have seen how the crew interacted with Turkish-speaking passengers, and their engagement, friendliness and smiling was a different world. But I guess that happens to some degree with quite many airlines carrying native passengers. The food was a solid 10 out of 10, but not the service unfortunately. Overall, I would give this Turkish Airlines business class experience a subjective 7 out of 10. Welcome to Hong Kong. I am happy to be back. This is the impressive sky bridge where airplanes, even the larger ones, can pass underneath, providing a great perspective for the viewer. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.